Advanced Grammar in Use. Martin Hewings.
Unit 4, Past Continuous and Past Simple. A. When we talk about two events, or activities, that went on over the same period of past time, we can often use the past continuous, or the past simple for both.
Mia was reading to the children, while Ben was washing up. Or, Mia read to the children, while Ben washed up.
Was reading, read. Past, now. Was washing up, washed up. Using the past continuous emphasizes that the event or activity, was reading, was in progress during the past period of time, while Ben was washing up. Compare.
When I was learning to drive, I was living with my parents. Or, when I learned to drive, I was living with my parents.
Was learning emphasizes that the activity was in progress. I had lessons during this time, and learned emphasizes completion. I passed my test during this time. When we talk about two or more past completed events that followed one another, we use the past simple, not the past continuous, for both. See also Unit 5C.
She got up when the alarm clock went off.
B. We usually use the past simple, rather than the past continuous, to talk about repeated past actions.
We went to Spain 3 times last year. Did you drive past her house every day?
However, we can use the past continuous, particularly in spoken English, when we want to emphasize that repeated actions went on for a limited and temporary period of past time.
When Kata was in hospital, we were visiting her twice a day. Or, when Kata was in hospital, we visited her twice a day. To lose weight before the race, I wasn't eating any biscuits for weeks. Or, to lose weight before the race, I didn't eat any biscuits for weeks.
Or to talk about something that happens surprisingly often.
Last week, I was having to bring work home every night to get it all done. Or, last week, I had bring work home every night to get it all done. When the builders were here, I was making them cups of tea all the time. Or, when the builders were here, I made them cups of tea all the time.
C. We often use the past simple in a narrative, for example, a report or a story, to talk about a single complete past event, and the past continuous, to describe the situation that existed at the time. The event might have interrupted the situation, or happened while the situation was in progress.
Erica dropped her bag while she was getting into her car. She was shaking with anger as she left the hotel.
D. We can use either the past continuous or past simple, or past perfect, see Unit 5e, with some verbs, to talk about things we intended to do, but didn't.
We were meaning to call in and see you, but Mark wasn't feeling well. Or, we meant to call in and see you, but Mark wasn't feeling well.
These verbs, with the exception of mean and expect, and wonder about, can also be used, with the present and past continuous, to report what we might do in the future. The past continuous is less definite than the present continuous.
I was thinking of going to China next year, but it depends how much money I've got. Less definite than I'm thinking of going. We were wondering about inviting Eva over tomorrow. Less definite than we're wondering about.
Exercises 4.1. Complete the sentences using these pairs of verb. Use the past simple in one gap, and the past continuous in the other. Come, show. Get, go. Hope, give. Live, spend. Look, see. Play, break. Start, check in.
Just as I was getting into the bath, all the lights went off. I was hoping to go away this weekend, but my boss gave me some work that I have to finish by Monday. When I lived in Paris, I was spending 3 hours a day, traveling to and from work. A friendly American couple started chatting to him as he was checking in at the hotel reception. I bumped into Lena last week. She was looking a lot better than when I last saw her. My boss came into the office just as I was showing everyone my holiday photos. I was playing badminton 4 times a week before I broke my ankle.
This time, use the same tense, either past simple or past continuous, in both spaces. At, taste. Go off, light. Not listen, explain. Push, run. Not watch, dream.
The smoke alarm went off when he lit a candle underneath it. I can't remember how to answer this question. I must confess that I wasn't listening while the teacher was explaining it to us. I can't remember how to answer this question. I must confess that I didn't listen while the teacher explained it to us. She added more salt to the soup, and then it tasted much better. Although the television was on, I wasn't watching it. Instead, I was dreaming about my holidays. Although the television was on, I didn't watch it. Instead, I dreamt about my holidays. She pushed open the door and ran into the room.
Four point two. Look again at numbers 1, 4, 7 and 11, in 4.1. Which of these sentences could have both verbs in the past simple? What difference in meaning, if any, would there be?
Was getting, and got, are both possible. The past simple suggests that one event followed the other. I got in and then the lights went off. The past continuous suggests that the lights went off as I was in the process of getting ready to get into the bath. Was checking in, or checked in, are both possible with a similar meaning. Using the past continuous presence, checking in, as the background event, which was going on as the couple started to chat to him. Was playing, and played, are both possible. The past continuous suggests that this was a temporary rather than a regular arrangement. Didn't watch, and dreamt, are also possible. However, the past continuous emphasis is that not watching, and dreaming, went on at the same time, and seems more likely here.
Four point three. Complete this email with either the past simple or the past continuous form of the verbs, in brackets. Their alternatives are possible. Think about any difference in meaning.
I was buying a new alarm clock the other day in Taylor's the Jewelers, when I actually saw somebody shoplifting. I'd just finished paying for my clock. And as I turned round, an elderly woman was slowly putting a silver plate into a bag that she was carrying. Then she walked over to another part of the shop and picked up an expensive-looking watch a number of times. When she thought that nobody was looking, she dropped it into the bag. Before I had a chance to tell the staff in the shop, she noticed that I was watching her and hurried out. Unfortunately for her, 2 police officers were walking past just at that moment, and she ran straight into them. I was buying a new alarm clock the other day in Taylor's the Jewelers, when I actually saw somebody shoplifting. I'd just finished paying for my clock. And as I turned round, an elderly woman was slowly putting a silver plate into a bag that she was carrying. Then she walked over to another part of the shop and picked up an expensive-looking watch a number of times. When she thought that nobody was looking, she dropped it into the bag. Before I had a chance to tell the staff in the shop, she noticed that I was watching her and hurried out. Unfortunately for her, 2 police officers were walking past just at that moment, and she ran straight into them.